Welcome everybody. We are connected to CFRU 93.3 FM University of Guelph radio station. This is community radio station, campus community radio station, and you are connected to a newly started program of New Horizons, and this program caters to the needs of the seniors in our community, maybe in Guelph, around area, Kitchener-Waterloo. I know the people in Kitchener-Waterloo, they are also enjoying our program, because I gave on Saturday another program which is Navrang Guelph, and this program is in Hindi and Punjabi, and I get calls from people in Kitchener-Waterloo, Cambridge, and around areas. So I'm sure the people in those areas are also listening to me right now. But right now I am interviewing for our project, New Horizons program, and today we are interviewing Shafiq Khan, Mr. Shafiq Khan. He is a seasoned person. He has a very good, diverse background, ranging from as far as age goes, because this is a senior directed program. New Horizons program is a senior directed program, and he is also a senior. So we are lucky to bring Shafiq Khan to our studio, and we are lucky to have him and his experience share with us about the golden years. Seniors are very fond of the golden years. Some people, they call it as golden years. Some people, they call, oh no, we are just waiting for the end to come. So it is everybody's perception. So he's a very outgoing person, I know, and he will, after you finish the interview, I'm sure that you will have at least some inspiration from the words or the way and the attitude what Shafiq holds. So first of all, I welcome you, Mr. Shafiq, to our studio, and sparing your precious time for the betterment of the community, for which this program is, and the mandate of this program is to help the seniors in our community.
Thank you very much, Dr. Trikha, for having me here on your 93.3 FM radio station in University of Guelph. Now, you're talking about golden years. Yes. You see, to start a program or to think is like this, that numbers are irrelevant. It is your attitude.
Age is just a number.
Yes. So age is really have no relevancy except how you look at things, how you approach things, how you approach life. This and that. And I found myself not so much worried about the numbers as I like to be happy and cheerful. And
so you liked your golden years?
Of course, I love it. Because you have more time to communicate and to converse with people and meet people.
You don't have to worry about the 9 to 5 timetable, getting ready, going to work, then come at 5 o'clock, and then again with the work. So you have your own time now.
Yes, the difference is I do have the work, but I'm not restricted to time.
Yeah, the time moves according to you now.
You can say that, yes, surely. Now, before we go any further, Dr. Trikha, I would like to highlight a few things about our Canada. Now, in Canada, as we understand, roughly, according to the old census, we had about population of 35 million. Now, of course, it is much more than that. But in 2006 to 2011 census, in that population, 35 million, if we go by that, then actually there are, the population-wise, 65 and over age group has increased by 14.1%. Which is amazing increase in 5 years, and the beauty is that seniors accounted for a record high of 14.8% of population in Canada in 2011. Now, and 13.7 5 years earlier. So it's a good jump for seniors, as we see. And now this also is related to baby boomers age and stuff like that.
I'm sorry, I will not be using this word boomed for us.
Yes.
I am also a senior, but
Yes.
I will use, in place of boomers, I will use zoomers.
Zoom. Okay,
So,
that'll be that.
me and you both are zoomers, because we zoom.
Yes, that is right. Agreed. Now let's go by this statistics which we have, I mentioned just now. Now, seniors are the people who, to me, they are like a tape recorder, history. And I look at it this way, that if I meet senior person than I am, he has a lot more seen and experienced. And he has a story to tell. He has something to say. And we always learn.
And you have just to switch on the button.
That is right. Yes. And there you go. So, see, I remember once I was sitting in a company many, many years ago. I think at that time I was 28, 29 years old. And there was a very, very senior person and my older brother. I said, brother, you sit with this person and I have to go to the base to report. And he said, look here, that is fine, you have to go, let's go. But remember, these are history, which will not be there for you. And this is living history. They're like tape recorders. In tape recorder, you can rewind. But in this case, there's no rewind. They're there and then they're gone. And what you can learn from them. Now that impression, that wording of my oldest brother, God bless his soul, he's passed away, is still stuck in my mind. So now, more than ever, being a senior myself, I realize that I am of some benefit, if not all, to the environment, to the society as a whole, and this and that. Now, coming back to the subject of golden years, indeed these are golden years, because if you come to think of it, there are lots of things you had missed in life in your youth, in your middle age, this and that. And when you go back, when your thoughts take you back and say, oh, I couldn't do this, I couldn't do this, I couldn't do this, so many wishes, Now you realize that, you have a time, and in certain cases, if you have resources, you carry on those wishes.
And you have so many resources. Luckily,
of course,
this is called the internet age.
Yes.
And in this age, if somebody is not doing anything, I want to use a very rough word, he's a stupid.
Yes.
In this age, you can do anything. Anything. You don't need to go to have an enrollment in a school or a university or anything. Just self-study is sufficient. You just sit on, you just need a laptop or a desktop, and you are a lifelong learner.
Now, another interesting fact about golden years is, going back to the thing, among the working age population, Dr. Trikha, you'll be surprised, we're in age group of 45 to 65 years people. Now, a record high proportion for 64 years of age. Almost all people aged 45 to 65 were called, or we'll say, baby boomers in their old language. Now, this population of seniors. Now, let me go back to the subject of seniors and their welfare. See, seniors in different cultures, different countries, different way of thoughts are this thing. But it's sometimes very tragic. The other day I was watching news where people have now think seniors or their parents or grandparents or their grandparents as a burden, economically or socially, whatever you call it. But it's very tragic attitude towards seniors.
It is in Canada or
It is.
some other?
It is, as a matter of fact, not only prevalent in Canada, but is prevalent almost all over the world, in Europe, in Asia, this and that.
No, the thing which you are referring
to. This is, as a matter of fact, in news I was watching Canadian news, this and that, and people at that age, when they really need you most, when your children or their children, if you live long enough, you have not been looked after the way you should, as an obligation, instead of people look at it as a burden, which is very tragic.
I totally agree with you, and I think, Mr. Khan, this is the byproduct of the advancement in technology and the advancement in the knowledge. Because if we go back to 30 years, at that time the things were not like this. 3 generations were living together, grandparents and grandchildren. Now the culture of nuclear family is coming. In every home, we are after buying big homes, but there are only 2 or 3 people living in those big palatial bungalows.
That is right.
Otherwise, if I go back to my 40 years back, I am also a senior.
Of course.
So if I go to 40 years back, we had just a 2-bedroom house in which 10 people were living.
Of course. But that was a wonderful age time. Now, I remember, I think 30, 34 years here, right in city of Guelph, because I have not moved anywhere. I love this city and I lived there.
Oh, it's a really beautiful city.
Imagine my neighbors that time, who were pure Canadians. And I saw they used to communicate with simplicity, humbleness, and goodness. And their parents used to live with them too. And these children were 40 years old, 35 years old, 40 years old, but they used to keep their parents so happily. It was remarkable.
It is again, I want to say the same thing which I said.
Yes.
It is the byproduct of the technological advances and the scientific advances.
See, Dr. Trikha, advancement, as you're mentioning, should lead us to positive. Yes.
You are right.
Yes.
Atom bomb, nuclear bomb, nuclear energy was created to for peaceful purposes. And what happened in Hiroshima and Nagasaki?
That's right.
Chemical reactions are going in our body, they are developing in our body, but how many chemicals are, you see so many chemicals, they are harmful, they are poisonous.
Now, misuse of your, anything for that matter, misuse of anything leads to
bad. It leads to
destructions. And not only that, now seniors in this country, let's talk about Canadian society as we are sitting here and here now. And we experience there are lots of beautiful things about this country, about the people, about this nation. First of all, look at the services this country and the government of Canada provides to all citizens, irrespective of caste, color, and creed, irrespective of age. Now, the only thing which, as human beings, or as good, civilized, educated human beings, as you call it, advanced age, we must, and we should consider this an obligation, because if you look at all the holy books, they mention that you learn from your forefathers.
From the earlier generation.
Exactly. And now, if we throw them away or outcast them, or we neglect them, personally, it's my personal opinion, we are getting nowhere. We are closer to the fire than to
destruction. We are closer to the destruction because scientifically it has been proved that it will never. God has to keep a balance. God has to keep a balance.
That's right.
So there is definitely something is going to happen, maybe in next 100 years or 200, because these changes, they don't go in 10 or 20 years. They go in hundreds, right?
That is right. Now, in 2011, it is also mentioned the proportion of seniors was among the lowest of G8 countries. Now it is kind of
the other way around.
So So that is it, and this is very interesting thing.
If
Now-
I ask you, Mr. Shafiq,
Yeah.
how do you what is your daily routine as a senior,
as a senior citizen,
and how do you keep? Because my concern is how the seniors keep themselves busy and healthy.
okay,
Let's discuss these two issues.
okay. Now, I keep myself healthy to begin with by eating a lot.
I'm against this thing.
Yes,
Sorry.
yes.
Sorry to say this thing.
Second thing is, I really have ways of amusing myself, spending time. Now, I read, I pray, and I do my chores, which are
Do you sleep a lot? How many hours you sleep? From there, I will calculate
okay,
you are active or not.
Okay, for example, normal sleep span is 8 hours.
Okay.
But now, as I notice myself, sometimes I become very satisfied and happy and feel quite satisfied if I've slept 4 to 5 hours.
Oh, very good.
So, this thing. But thing is, there are other things which make me this thing. I do my normal chores at home. Sometimes I don't like to. Most of the time I don't like to do them, but I have to do them to keep the things together. And then also family obligations of my duties and responsibility towards my children, towards my wife, towards my family, towards my neighbors, towards this. Because basically, if you ask me to describe myself, I am a people's person.
Oh, you love
I,
talking
regardless,
to people, having social circle, and all these
exactly.
things.
I volunteer my time as well.
Oh,
now, I volunteer my time in my community, in
okay.
public schools,
Okay.
and also in occasions like immigration services. There are different agencies
Okay,
where I can do. But most of my volunteer time.
Do you exercise?
I,
Or if you do, what type of
I'm
exercise?
a member of YMCA, but
How often you go there?
I go once a week, but frankly speaking, I enjoy looking at people exercising because my children do take the benefit of that. But thing is this, personally, yes, my exercise is a different nature now. It's not that I'm a couch potato. It's just that I'm doing so much up and down, running around the house to maintain things, this and
the
that.
house.
So that consumes lots of my energy and time.
Okay.
Now, I don't have that, of course, energy in me, physical energy, this and that. Though desire is there to do more, but it has its
Have
limit.
you lost weight during the last 20 years or 10 years, let's say? Have you ever checked your weight, body weight?
Yes, my original weight was 125 pounds.
Okay.
Now that has gone up tremendously since I...
Gone up or down?
Actually, it's gone up in my case,
Okay.
because I mentioned earlier as humorously that
You
I
like
love
eating.
eating. So I'm one of those
So
who
am
love
I.
who live to eat.
But it's a natural phenomenon that
Yes.
after 40, age of 40,
Yes.
if you live like 80 years, the span of 40 to 80,
Yes.
in every 10 years you lose 3 pounds of weight.
Yes,
Your
but-
body muscles, the muscular portion goes on decreasing.
Yeah, and fasting does help too, losing the weight.
Yeah, yeah.
So all those things.
Why
But-
I am discussing this thing is to be sharing with you that losing weight doesn't mean that you are getting weaker.
No.
So when you lose weight, it was an earlier conception when the things were not open and all those things. People were not so educated. So they say, no, we are old people. They started walking like the old people. Now that's why I say Zoomers.
Yes.
So it's your thinking, how you think it.
Yes.
So if you think that in spite of the fact that I am 70 years old and I
Yes.
have lost 15 pounds of the weight
Yeah.
from 40s or 50s, I'm still very good. My strength is there.
Of course,
Yeah.
I can tell that.
I have a very good slogan for my body and for my mind. It's like a machine. Use it or lose it.
That is
You
right.
have a car.
Yes.
Keep it in your garage.
Yeah,
Don't
and
drive
get-
it.
and get rusted.
Same is your brain. Same is your body. Right?
Now, I was looking at certain information. Interesting enough, nearly 1 in 5 persons in metropolitan areas 1 in 5 person aged 65 and over, for example, in Peterborough or in Calgary, Troy, Reveries, the promotion has lower 1 to 10 people. So what I'm saying is here that seniors, as in our society, have a great role. Actually, they're the ones who are most employed because the age factor has increased. And now I see lots of people don't want to retire at 65. They're healthy and strong enough, don't want to.
Yeah.
And there are people that I know who are almost 75 crossed, and they're still working.
And they want to work till the end.
Exactly.
Till the end.
Now, the beauty is that being in Canada, and Canadian people, so humorous as they are, they must look into the welfare. They do. I mean, the agencies do. But the thing is, still that family orientation, family network, family closeness. I've seen school children going to senior citizens' homes. And when they come back, they tell us, when I volunteer, oh, he held my hand, he was so
like
happy.
Snow removal,
that is right.
Slow removal, or grass cutting. When they
right.
see the seniors, I'm also sometimes think on this issue that, as I already told you, you have a big palatial house,
yes.
10 bedrooms,
That's
and
right.
there are only 2 or 3 people living.
That is
husband
right.
and wife,
That
and the wife is in the basement, or husband is in the top.
That is
so they are calling on phone.
That's right.
So I personally believe, not as a senior but as a human being, that if you are senior, you need a companion, you need a circle, you need a social setup, so that there should be, like there is a talk therapy. Even if you talk to somebody, like a touch therapy, there is a senior person, 85 years old, and he is at home, he is waiting for somebody to call him. He doesn't get even a single call for a week.
That's right. That's
right.
right.
So these are some of the frustrating things which we have to bring on our program and educate the people how these things can be done.
As Doctor, you mentioned earlier advancement. See, this nation, Canada, in communication is a very advanced country. They have, but basic communication from person to person, man to man, father to son, son to father, all that is kind of takes slowly shredding away.
Yeah.
And that is a thing we should be concerned about, because if we as seniors are not there, let's say all the seniors in this country are put in a corner or anything, believe me, we have achieved nothing.
Yeah.
We have lost everything. So these are the pillars, these are the foundation. Look at the veterans in this country who sacrificed and gave us this country. The pioneers.
Mr. Shafiq, we have to end this interview because we are at the end, almost at the end of our discussion. I don't want to cut short this, but we are discussing the golden years and the seniors' plight in this country, maybe in other countries, but in this country, and we are favoring that seniors should be like this, seniors should be like this, not because we are seniors. It's a human being. We are a human being. So what I have thought from today's discussion is, in the next coming discussion, I will bring some teenager here, how he thinks about the seniors. As we are thinking about ourselves, do those teenagers who are in they are 18, 19 or 20, are like our children, how do they think, and what message they want to communicate and pass on to the seniors and their generation, so how to treat the seniors?
Dr. Trikha, you know that 93.3 FM is located in a place you'll find lots of young men
boys,
and women, boys and girls.
We have a lot here.
And you will have no
scarcity
of these things. And it'll be a very good idea to listen to them, because this is what is needed, communications. And that is what we lack. Now, you talk to anybody on the road or other side, oh, we are busy.
Yeah.
And they're doing nothing.
They are not doing anything. So
I thank you very much.
that's why I say, Mr. Shafiq Khan, we will bring other generations also, not as seniors, in
Good
spite of
idea.
the fact that this is a seniors-oriented program, seniors-directed program, but we will bring other communities, other age groups also to do something for the seniors of this area and the others also. And in the end, I would like to thank again Mr. Shafiq for coming to our studio here in the University of Guelph's first floor. We are located at the first floor, and if anybody is interested to contact us or have any want to have any connections with us, simply go on CFRU.ca website. That's the best website. You have all the information. We have volunteers working here. If you want to volunteer, there is no age restriction. Anybody can come here. It's a very simple training, and free training is provided. So come here, join us, and help for the community. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Trikha.